Justice meeting, August 31st. I have a motion to accept the minutes of the previous meeting. Matt, Rachel, all in favor?
Aye.
Any additions or corrections? Okay, Bob.
Thank you. Morning. I have 3 resolutions, actually 4. We should be able to get through them pretty quick. What we have, the first 3 are kind of interrelated, and what they have to do with, I have a probation officer who's retiring, or actually he retired August 28th. This is the first of 4. I'm going to have 3 people retire next year, so I'll be up here quite a bit. What I'd like to do, the first one is a resolution request to fill the position that's being created by Martha Delarme retiring, and typically she's a probation officer, and what I'd like to do is reclassify her position to probation officer trainee, and I'll explain why, and then fill that with that position. What I did this year after talking to personnel is we gave a probation officer trainee list, and what that is, basically the requirement is all you need is a bachelor's degree to get that. The regular probation specs are a bachelor's degree and 2 years experience. What I wanted to do was to give a test where I could widen the pool of applicants coming into the department, because historically you have the same number of people take the test and the same people take the test. So I want to widen the pool. And with that, what it enables me to do is to bring an individual into my department and to train them the way I want them to be trained. And after 1 year of successful training program, they would automatically become a probation officer. It's good for me, and it's also good for the county a little bit, because the probation officer trainee position pays about $3,000 less for that year. So I saw it as a win-win, and I think it's just a better opportunity for me to recruit individuals into our department. And because of civil service, we're limited by a test, which is, I think, foolish. We're limited by taking the top 3, which is foolish. The whole system is set up where you can't get the best individuals. That's not a knock on our civil service by any stretch, just the system is set up that where you don't get the best individuals. So, with that said, the first resolution is to fill that position, and then there's another resolution to reclass the probation officer position to probation officer trainee. Good morning.
Hey, Bob.
Good morning, Mr. Dixon.
I have us down at 9:30. My apologies if we started early. 9:15, all right. Well, I didn't miss it by much. I'm usually that late anyway. Excuse me, go right ahead.
No, just a quick recap. What I was doing, the resolutions I have to pertain to an individual. One of my probation officers retired on August 28th. And what I'd like to do is to fill that position, but I want to reclassify that position to probation officer trainee, because it's only a bachelor's degree, and I'm able to get a wider pool of individuals when I give a test. And the salary is $3,000 less for the first year until that person successfully completes the program as a trainee and then becomes a probation officer. So those are the first 2 resolutions I have.
Okay, anybody got any questions? Jim?
I'll move it.
You want to move it? Okay, second by Bill. Anybody have any questions about those 2 resolutions? You going to move both of them, or are you moving just to one? Both of them? Bill?
Yes.
Okay. Being no questions, comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Gary.
The next resolution I have is to fill a position that's going to be vacated by me promoting somebody to probation officer training. Currently, we have a young lady in our department who's a probation assistant. She has a bachelor's degree and some master's credit, and she's an individual who came into our department a couple of years and really wants a career in probation, and she's done a fantastic job. So part of the logic with the probation officer trainee was to get young people into our department who want to be there and to promote them, because I think that's certainly the best way to do it. And in this case, I plan to fill the probation officer trainee position that I just talked about with Samantha Mason, who's the current probation assistant. By doing that, that would vacate a probation assistant position, which is a paralegal position. In our paraprofessional position within our department, that person does a multitude of things, from DWI assessments, supervising a low-risk caseload, drug testing, assisting the probation officer with home visits, and also clerical work. So that's something I feel that's certainly necessary.
Okay. Anybody wanna make that? Matt? Bill? Any further discussion, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And one more resolution. The last resolution is to attend a New York, Vermont Opiate Conference in Burlington, Vermont. There's no cost to the county. It's being paid for by the New York State Office of Children and Family and Services and the Casey Family Group. I think DS representatives from Social Services, potentially the Sheriff's Department, DA's office, and our drug court will be going. That's at the end of October. Obviously, with all the heroin problems, I think it's worthwhile. And again, the costs are being paid by the Casey Family Group.
Okay. Somebody wanna move that? Jim, Rachel? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Are you up, Morris?
Okay. These will be easy, I think.
Yeah, they all say that.
You like easy ones. Okay. Thank you very much. I have two resolutions. The first one is to move money from our budget, which was supposed to be into Joy McLaughlin's assigned counsel office. It's from the Office of Indigent Legal Services, so I'd like to move that money from our account into hers, and that's resolution form number 7.
Okay. Somebody wanna move that? Bill? Matt? Any discussion, questions? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Next one, thank you very much. The next one is resolution form number 10. It is to move money from office equipment into furniture. It's all from the Office of Indigent Legal Services grant. It's so that we can have furniture to put the 6th assistant PD, bless you, in. So he'll have a desk and or he or she will have a desk and a chair.
That sounds reasonable. Anybody wanna move that? Matt? Bill? Any questions, discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Thank you, and I'd just like to advise you of one thing. I have made an offer to Dustin Bruns to be our 5th Assistant Public Defender, and he has accepted. He previously worked for Tucker Stancliffe for the last 2 years in Stancliffe, Ludeman, and McMorris, and I'm very excited to have stolen him from Tucker, and he starts September 8th.
Excellent.
Okay? Thank you very much.
Very good, thank you. You too. Morris. Anybody have anything else? Since I don't have agendas or anything else on the agenda? No? I entertain a motion to adjourn. Rachel, Jim, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Marcy was in charge of all the committee meetings. They'd all be 30 seconds long.
Jeez, I guess so. You have to pay attention when she's talking to you.